Good morning, PBC kids. Last week we started learning about the Easter story. We learned about Jesus' triumphal entry, the Last Supper, and the Garden of Gethsemane. We ended with Jesus getting arrested. Today we are going to learn about his trial and death on the cross or crucifixion. This part of the story can make you feel lots of emotions, especially anger and sadness of how Jesus was treated by the other people. Even though it may be hard to listen to and think about, it's very important that we do. It is also important to remember that this is not the end of the story. Are you ready? Okay, let's get to today's lesson. First, we're going to learn about Jesus' trial. Jesus was arrested and taken to the high priest to be judged. Jesus' disciples did not want to get into trouble, so they ran away. The chief priests were looking for false evidence against Jesus so that they could punish him to death. Although many people came forward and lied against Jesus, the only thing he could be found guilty of was telling people that he was the Son of God, and they thought that wasn't true. The governor, Pilate, wanted to see Jesus set free, but the crowds of people turned against Jesus and shouted, "Crucify him!" Pilate could see the people would not change their minds. So he handed Jesus over to the soldiers to be crucified. The soldiers were mean and made fun of Jesus. They dressed him in a purple robe and placed a crown of thorns on his head. Jesus was quiet and did not fight back because he understood that this was all part of God's plan. The soldiers led Jesus to a place called Golgotha and nailed him to a large wooden cross. They placed the cross between two crucified criminals. One of the criminals hurled insults at Jesus, saying, "Aren't you the Son of God? Why don't you save yourself and us?" But the other criminal yelled back at him and said, "We are punished fairly, for we are getting what we deserve, but this man has done nothing wrong." Then he looked at Jesus and said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." Jesus answered him and said, "I tell you the truth, today you will be with me in paradise." Darkness came over the whole land. With his last breath, Jesus cried out, "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." The earth shook, rocks split, and it terrified the people. One of the soldiers said he really was the Son of God. As I said before, this is not the end of the story. Make sure to watch next Sunday for the happy ending to this very important and very true story. Before we go, here are your questions for this week. Don't forget to have your parents or grandparents send the answer in to Jordan. For the 3 to 5-year-olds, what did they put on Jesus' head? Kindergartners through 4th grade, why didn't Jesus fight back? 5th and 6th graders, I want you to look up who came and asked Pilate for permission to take Jesus' body. So tell your parents and grandparents the answer and have them send them to Jordan for a prize. Have a great week.